I got your picture, I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in. There's a story at the bottom of this bottle, and I'm the pen. When the lights go up, I wanna watch the way you take the stage by storm. The way you wrap those boys around your finger. Go on and play the leader, 'cause you know it's what you're good at. The low road for the fast track, make every second last. 'Cause I got your picture, I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in. There's a story at the bottom of this bottle, and I'm the pen. Make it count when I'm the one who's selling you out. 'Cause it feels like stealing hearts, calling your name from the crowd. There's an field, you'll be the showgirl of the home team. I'll be the narrator, telling another tale of the American dream. I see your name in lights, we can make you a star. Girl, we'll take the world by storm, it isn't that hard. 'Cause I got your picture, I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in. There's a story at the bottom of this bottle, and I'm the pen. Make it count when I'm the one who's selling you out. 'Cause it feels like stealing hearts, calling your name from the crowd. Whoa. Take a breath, don't it sound so easy? Never had a doubt, now I'm going crazy, watching from the floor. Take a breath and let the rest come easy. Never settle down, 'cause the cash flow leaves me always wanting more. 'Cause I got your picture, I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in. There's a story at the bottom of this bottle, and I'm the pen. Make it count when I'm the one who's selling you out. 'Cause it feels like stealing hearts, calling your name from the crowd. 'Cause I got your picture, I'm coming with you, dear Maria, count me in. There's a story at the bottom of this bottle.
We're getting to it. We're getting to it. What is going on, guys? We're going to play another song. We're going to talk about two Georgia Tech players making a top 10 list. You probably already know what I'm talking about. Pruitt suing the NCAA for $100 million because Lord knows we can't have any common sense whatsoever in college football in 2025.
Paper bags and plastic hearts, all our belongings in shopping carts. It's goodbye, but we got one more night. Let's get drunk and ride around and make peace with an empty town. We can make it right. Throw it away, forget yesterday. We'll make the great escape. We won't hear a word they say. They don't know us anyway. Watch it burn, let it die, 'cause we are finally free tonight. Tonight will change our lives. It's so good to be by your side. We'll cry, we won't give up the fight. We'll scream loud at the top of our lungs, and they'll think it's just 'cause we're young, and we'll feel so alive. Throw it away, forget yesterday. We'll make the great escape. We won't hear a word us anyway.
Mama always said you'd be the chosen one. She said, 1 in a million, you got to burn and shine. You were born under a bad sun with a blue moon in your eye. And you woke up this morning, all that love had gone. Your papa never told you about right and wrong. But you're looking good, baby. I believe that you're feeling fine. Shake my body, born under a bad sun with a blue moon in your eyes. So sing it now. Woke up this morning, got a blue moon in your eyes. Listen, woke up this morning, the world turned upside down. Load of other things ain't been the same since the blues walked in a town. But you want it and love, but you got that shotgun shine, shake my body, born under a bad sun with a blue moon in your eyes. Wake up this morning, got yourself a gun, got yourself a gun, got yourself a gun.
What is going on, everyone? Hope you're having a fantastic Friday night tonight. It's officially the weekend. Can we all be happy? I hope you guys are having a great night tonight. We're going to go through the chat. Like I said, we're going to talk about some Georgia Tech players making some ESPN top 10 lists, Pruitt suing the NCAA, and what old Jeffrey's up to. You're going to find all of this out tonight, and probably then some. Josh Pittman says first. Josh Pittman was the first in the chat. We can give him a little applause break. Bryce Man says, let's go. Caleb Spears says first, Josh lied. Fair. Michael Butler says go Jackets. John Burns says best. Mark A, WreckTalk live show. Count me in. Mr. Wreck never misses on the bops. Yeah, we're going punk rock tonight. We went punk rock tonight. And as always, John Burns says, remember, winning ain't free. Remember to send a check, even if it's only $100. That we need 40,000 fans sending a check every quarter. That'd be $16 million annually. I didn't even read that off the thing. I'm actually setting something up on the side here of my OBS. That's how dedicated the man is. I've memorized it by now. Appreciate that, Mr. Burns. Caleb Spears says WDJ Rec. Yeah, I try to keep the tunes flowing here in the Rec Talk live show. Have y'all never heard of Bob Seger, CCR, Doors, REO Speedwagon? No, who are those people? I'm just kidding. Yeah, of course I've heard of them. What is your office building, Mark A? You talking about the Georgia Power building? I feel like that was rolling up when you typed that. GT Buzz says, it's sad, John. We once had a basketball program. I missed the Crimmins years. Yeah, if you didn't know, and I don't really keep up with basketball, but our basketball program is in shambles right now. How many total players have we had transfer out? 5, something like that. It's pretty sad. The market for basketball players is kind of starting to mirror what it is in college football, so it's rough. Why is Sea-Dog screaming in the top or in the bottom left? Because that's what we do here. That's what we do. Anyways. Let's switch screens here. If you didn't know, we got a Tech player on a top 10 list here. This is per ESPN, the top 10 running backs in the country, just to go through them. Number 1, Jeremiah Love, Notre Dame. I guess not a big surprise there. He was really, really good for them last year. Hell, we saw him at the Benz, right, when they came down and played in Atlanta. So number 1, Jeremiah Love. Number 2, Nicholas Singleton out of Penn State. 2 of 10 first place votes. So I guess they're doing this like they would rank teams. Nicholas Singleton at number 2, just over 1,000 yards last year, 12 touchdowns, but also had 41 receptions for 375 yards and 5 touchdowns. Penn State must be loaded in the running back room. They've got the 2 and 3 spot on this list. Katron, Allen. So that makes sense why their second place guy only had barely, basically 1,100 yards. They got another 1,100 yard rusher on their roster. Will Penn State get over the hump this year? Since they've hired Ridge Franklin, I think that's his name. I probably messed that up. But since they hired Franklin out of Vanderbilt some moons ago, they just have not been able to win the big game. What is the biggest win Franklin has at Penn State? It's probably a good question. See, Franklin's best win at Penn State. Maybe someone in the chat can tell me. He won the Big Ten in 2016? No. AI can't be right there. Top 5 Ohio State. So as of right now, this is interesting. What do you think his record is at Penn State? He's making $10 million a year. I didn't know that, by the way. But he's 101-42, which is not an awful record. But to be making $10 million a year, you really need to be doing better than slightly above 500, probably. I know that Slim is not a huge fan of him. He went 11-3 in 2016, and he did win the conference. Then he went 11-2 in 2017. He went 9-4 in 2018, 11-2 in 2019. Damn, he went 4-5 in the COVID year, 7-6, 11-2. He was 13-3 last year with a first round, with a playoff win. So we'll see what Franklin's got. Evidently, he's loaded at running back, though. 1-18 versus top 5 teams. It's an interesting stat there for you. Dion is making $10 million. Yeah, we haven't really talked about. I knew there was something I needed to make a video that I hadn't made a video about. Dion, what did he receive? A 5-year? Is it a 3 or 5 year extension? Basically, yeah, it's 5 years, $54 million, so a little over $10 million a year. And to talk about, Dion's contract, there's two things. I mean, I'm still not convinced that he's a good football coach. That probably will piss people off, but whatever. But if you're looking at it from a purely financial standpoint at Colorado, it's a home run. It's an absolute home run. You were calling Lou a dummy for calling him Rich. Oh, me a dummy for calling him Rich Franklin. James Franklin. I don't know what else I can do to demonstrate to you guys. I have no clue what I'm talking about. I mean, yeah. He's not, but his name is crazy. Yeah. The money he's brought into Colorado is insane. I mean, let's be honest. No one gave a crap about Colorado since the mid-90s, probably. Mid-90s to, early 2000s. And they're in the center of the college football world right now. It is what it is, right? We'll see. They open up with Tech game 1. Number 4 running back on ESPN's list, Mr. Hughes here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his first name. 1,401 yards, 15 touchdowns. Oregon always has a stable running backs, don't they? You're thoroughly convinced that I'm an idiot? Yeah, that's fair. Isaac Brown, number 5 at Louisville. I don't think we play Louisville this year, do we? Let me go pull the Georgia Tech schedule up real quick. Georgia Tech 2025 football schedule. By the way, I hope to see you guys at the spring game. That's a week from tomorrow. I believe that's 1 p.m. We do not have Louisville this year. That's what I thought. That is what I thought. But Louisville, Isaac Brown, number 5 on ESPN's top 10 running back list. Number 6, Missouri, Ahmad Hardy had 1,351 yards last year, 13 touchdowns. What do we think about Missouri this coming up year? Missouri was an interesting team last year. I really like what their coach is doing up there, though. Mrs. Powell in the house. Thanks for the interview with my son, JP Powell. No problem. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of your son, JP Powell. Or not JP Powell. Clayton Powell Lee. Oh, no, you are. I've got two people mixed up. We got Clayton Powell Lee and your son, who is JP Powell, the running back. Again, guys, I don't know what else I can do to demonstrate to you that I'm a complete moron and have no idea what I'm talking about. But I'm super excited to see what your son does on the flats. 4-star running back JP Powell. If you guys haven't seen that interview, go check that out. That's on the channel page. But good to have Mama Powell in the house. You plan to be on the flats this Saturday? Well, Mrs. Powell, hope maybe we'll see you at the spring game. Maybe we'll see you at the spring game week from this Saturday. I'm sure your son will get to play. All right. Desmond Reed, number 7 on the best running backs. Fitting that Ms. Powell comes in. We're talking about running backs. Reed of Pittsburgh had just under 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns last year. Quintravion Wesner for Texas, just over 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. And looky we have here. Jamal Haynes, Georgia Tech, number 9 on the list, 169 carries, 944 yards, 9 touchdowns. And look, you might not be able to convince someone that's not a Georgia Tech fan, but this Georgia Tech running back room, oh, Mr. Powell, I've totally boggled this up completely. I can't see the picture. But yeah, you know what? I'll just take the L here. I don't know what Penn State's coach's name is. I can't deduce someone's father from their mother. I'll just take a knee and run the clock out for the rest of the show. Jeez. Attaway, Rec. Attaway to just irritate everybody who's watching you in one fell swoop, like you're Napoleon going through Europe. But yeah, we got Jamal Haynes at number 9 on the list. Only 169 carries for 944 yards. Looked like he ran for more. I felt like he ran. It feels to me like he ran for less. Like I feel like we really struggled to run the ball, especially when we needed to last year. We got stuffed on a lot of 3rd and 1s and 3rd and 2s last year. It was just surprising to me. Now, I would pull up the quarterback list, but I think you have to be an ESPN Plus or something member. But spoiler alert, Haynes King is in the top 10 as well. I'd be interested to know, because that's top 10 quarterbacks in the country. Do you guys think that Haynes King is a top 10 quarterback in the country? I might have to think about that. I mean, who would be on the list of top 10 quarterbacks in the country? Obviously, Clemson's quarterback, Cade Klubnik, would be on there. Probably a lot of people would have that Manning kid on there, but he really hasn't demonstrated anything. We suck at short yardage situations last year. Yeah. Now, what school do you think Anthony Carey's going to, or the right place for him? I think he'll probably go down. Like he'll go to a lesser classification school, if I had to guess. I could be wrong. What's the Wazoo guy that transferred? Wazoo guy. He's top 10 if he can throw downfield. He's struggled to throw downfield, though. I mean, ROC has talked about this. If we're going to be better this year, then King's going to have to do better throwing downfield. King would probably be 3rd in the conference, maybe 2nd. Yeah, I'm talking about ESPN had him top 10 in the country. Top 10 in the country. And that I'm not super sure about. Let's go over here. No. Oh, I have to become a member to read this article? of the Dallas Morning News. Are you kidding me? Ain't no way, bruh. This is where, like, the AJC's out of their minds, too, on some stuff. Like, I'm not paying a subscription. I'm not doing it. Is King better than Klubnik? No. Just flat out no. I love Haynes King. He's not better than Cade Klubnik, though. At least not as of today. Georgia Tech got probably the best two quarterbacks I've seen in a long time. Now, that is true. As far as total quarterback room depth, I think Georgia Tech's in a really, really strong spot. I've heard good things about Philo as far as how he's doing this spring as well, turning some heads. 25 cents for 3 months, so dumb. Yeah, like, why? Is that what it wanted? Are you talking about the AJC? Yeah, like, why? Either way, I mean, I wanted to read that to see why SMU, Texas, and other colleges are not having spring games. Because anytime college football can screw the fan, they're going to do that. These schools, you know, they'll not have a spring game. Like Ole Miss is one of the worst offenders of this. They're basically having a little, circus, clowns and stuff that are going to come out. Not going to have a spring game. I don't even think they're going to have kids in pads. But I bet you they'll take a donation from you, though, won't they? Yeah, they'll take a donation and a heartbeat from you. Sad. I hate that the fan is the one that's getting really the raw end of the deal in a lot of how this is going. This is why, hell, they've made me defend Dion and Fran Brown. Because at least they want to play and do something for the fans. Check your ex DMs for me. Okay. Oh, also, I think, what did Josh Pittman said? Thank you. I'll be here all week. Yeah, both members of the channel. All right. I'll check my ex DMs. I'll check them. Oh, they've got Haynes King at 9. Haynes King at 9. It says why he's ranked. King is set to enter his 6th college football season. Jeez. And he brings an exciting combination of experience and varied skills for a Georgia Tech team set to take another jump. He's one of the nation's most accomplished dual-threat quarterbacks after rushing for 1,324 yards and 21 touchdowns in the past 2 seasons. Damn, that's a lot of yards in 2 years. King has dealt with injuries, sitting out most of the 2021 season and several games last year, but he can hurt defenses in multiple ways when he's healthy. In 2023, he joined Heisman Trophy winner Jaden Daniels as the only quarterbacks with at least 2,800 yards passing, 25 touchdowns through the air, 700 rushing yards, and 10 rushing touchdowns. It's a little convoluted. Let me read that again. So he's only him and Jaden Daniels had 2,800 yards, passing yards, 25 touchdowns throwing, 700 rushing yards, and 10 rushing touchdowns. Okay. Despite sitting out 2 games and being limited and 2 others. And to be honest, he was limited in more than 2 other games. He was limited probably from the Syracuse game on, and what was that game, like game 3, something like that. King still eclipsed 2,000 passing yards, approaching his 2023 rushing total, and showed significant improvement in his overall efficiency. What are they saying? Coach Brent Key pointed out to King's improvement in 2024, telling me last month he made a ton of improvement, went from 16 interceptions the year before that there's a typo here. Before that, there's not a typo, I just can't read. He made a ton of improvement, went from 16 interceptions that year before that, and limited it to only 2 last year. In my defense, that sentence is kind of a disaster. ESPN, help me out a little bit. One was a throwaway early in the season and one in the last game, so he made drastic improvement there. He did cut down the interceptions, for sure. Now, how he did that, I'm not necessarily a massive fan of, because he did that by basically refusing to throw more than 5 yards up the field. I mean, let's just kind of call it what it is, right? It wasn't like it necessarily came from better decision making. He just took way less risk. What would be an interesting show? That would be an interesting show, going through Rex DMs. Check, please. No, you can go through my DMs. I don't give a crap. Stockton is going to be a guy, yes. Others in the ACC recognize King's intangibles. Haynes King is a winner, competitor, almost an elite runner. An ACC defensive coordinator said he was fast. Big dang. I'm very high on King as far as a college football, as a college quarterback. An ACC general manager said he's not a guy that will be a top draft pick, but he knows how to win, and he's tough as shit. Now, they bleep it out here, but that's what the guy said. He's just tough as shit. I would agree with that. Like, Haynes King is not going to be a guy that goes in the first 3 rounds, if he goes at all in the draft, but the guy's tough and he knows how to win. Now, part of that works against him in that I just do not think it's probably wise to have a quarterback that just refuses to slide and gets the hell beat out of him for an entire season just because he's not going to be able to play an entire season doing that, right? I mean, looking through our schedule, Clemson will beat the absolute fool out of him if he's, just trying to put his shoulder down against that defense. Clemson returns a ton. Clemson has a big, tough defense. What are y'all saying in the chat? King needs to throw more next year and run less, to be honest. Yeah, only if that equates to winning, though. Oops, pal, I meant to delete my message. I accidentally got yours. Yeah, why are you deleting Mr. Powell's messages there? I will say our schedule is a little bit more advantageous for us this year, but yeah, Haynes King is going to have to be a little bit more choosy with the hits he takes. I don't think that's necessarily controversial. On Reddit, his first 5 comments are about Haynes King being tough. Where? All right, let's talk about Jeremy Pruitt, guy we haven't heard for a while. He currently has a show cause order against him, which means if you want to hire Jeremy Pruitt, you got to go before the NCAA and give him a pretty damn good reason as to why you want to hire him. But it says former Tennessee coach Jeremy Pruitt has filed a lawsuit against the NCAA seeking $100 million. That's a tenth of a billion, my God. And claims it conspired with the university to make him a sacrificial lamb. Sacrificial lamb. Pruitt was fired. Excuse me. Pruitt was fired for cause by Tennessee in January 2021 and didn't receive any of his $12.6 million buyout. Man, we need to get into coaching, don't we? Wouldn't it be nice to get fired by your job and get, $6-7 million just so you would leave? But yeah, I mean, the guy was cheating, like multiple level 1 recruiting violations. This came after an internal investigation revealed what Chancellor Donde Plowman said were serious violations of NCAA rules. On July 14th, 2023, the NCAA sentenced Pruitt to a 6-year show cause penalty, including a year-long suspension from coaching in games and recruiting off campus in his first year back, should he return to coaching in college. Pretty serious punishment there. Pruitt has not coached in college since. At least one other SEC school has shown interest in hiring Pruitt. I wonder who has shown interest in hiring Jeremy Pruitt. I mean, that seems like one of the more toxic hires you could make, aside from just maybe hiring Connor Stallions. Maybe we should do a poll. Who will get hired first, Connor Stallions or Jeremy Pruitt? But he hadn't coached since he was fired. Someone showed interest. They were dissuaded from doing so by superiors and its university. Blah, blah, blah. Pruitt is currently helping coach his alma mater, Plainview High School in Alabama, with his father, Dale. Him and old Dale. In the lawsuit that was filed Wednesday in DeKalb County, Alabama, I didn't know there was a DeKalb County, Alabama. This is news to me. They're going to use him for running mainly. Pruitt alleges that Tennessee was paying players before he was hired, and that when he notified then athletic director Philip Fulmer of illegal payments, Fulmer said he would handle it through the university's compliance department. Now, that I do believe. I mean, I don't think it's any secret that there's been a ton of schools that have been paying players way before it was legal to pay players. Tennessee issued a response Thursday through a spokesperson that read, "The university is confident in the actions taken in the Pruitt case. We will continue to prioritize our student athletes and winning integrity." I tell you what, Pruitt might have a case here. He probably was made a sacrificial lamb by his own university, but also he did cheat. And it's just, I cannot stand that the majority of college football discourse and discussion in the offseason and even in the season is who's suing who, conference realignment, TV deals, when's the next media deal coming up? And I just want to talk about football, man. I just want to talk about football. Let me go through the chat, see what you guys are saying. Alabama Jones swears they never paid players. Yeah, we know Nick. We know Nick. I'll say this. When you get that mad over what a comedian says, thou dost protest too much, I think. So, with that being said, I'm not going to be on too long tonight. If you guys have any questions, I would love to hear them, especially with the spring game coming up. Maybe we should talk about that for a quick second. We got the spring game coming up, April 12th. Now, if you watched my preview video, if you watched the members only video, obviously I'm going to be very attentive to what's going on the defensive front. Only Jordan Vandenberg is a guy returning from last year's roster that's probably going to play a ton. Now, there are kids we're returning, like a Montre Bradford, Landon Marshall. Maybe those kids can step up. Maybe recruits like Christian Garrett out of Bogart can step up. We do bring in A.J. Hoffler out of Clemson, I think. We bring in a kid out of Mercer. But it's a big question mark right now. I'm worried about our D-line. I'm worried about our D-line too. Now, I'm excited to see what will happen with the defensive backs, just because our DC specializes in that. I mean, probably one of the best defensive back coaches in the country. Heard SMB. Dude, you got to spell this out better for me. What is SMB? FRMGT transferred? I don't know. Guys, I'm almost 40. Like, I don't know what all these acronyms are. And when I don't understand something, that I just get mad about it. I might as well be a boomer. Anyways, on the offensive side, we're going to have Adamson at Oklahoma. Be interested to see him and Graham Knowles. Obviously, we already know Haynes King and Philo are going to play this season. SMB means somebody. Well, just take a little time to type that out for me, all right? Just take a little time. On the offensive line, look, we do lose three key pieces. Weston Franklin, we lose Jordan Williams, and we lose Corey Robinson. We lose both tackles, and we lose our center. So it'll be interesting to see who we have playing there. I would think Ethan McKinney and Jamison Riggs, if I had to guess, will step up and fill those two spots. I watched a couple of practice. I didn't like our receivers. They were not aggressive. Now, I didn't know, and I got to go watch some of the press conferences. I guess Eric Rivers is injured. That's been noticed. And to your point, that was one of my criticisms last year, because we like to throw the ball to the perimeter so much and like quick screams to the perimeter. We really struggled. A lot of times we'd hit those cross blocks, which is tough today because you can't crack block, right? So you kind of have to block in a very particular way with wide receivers on the perimeter, and we just kind of struggled to do that at times last year. What is with all this infighting here in the chat? I don't know. What's going on with you guys? At running back, will be exciting to see J.P. Powell, some of these newcomers, and then I think it's Shane Marshall, the other freshman that's coming in. We bring in Malachi Hosley. You love a good chat beef. I know you do. We both love a good chat beef. Can't we all just get along, guys? Can't we all just get along? Bringing Malachi Hosley out of Penn. Obviously, Jamal Haynes for his senior year. Just feel bad for Anthony Carey. Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, maybe it comes off as cold. I don't. This is kind of my thing when people transfer out. I don't really feel bad or happy or whatever. Like, it happens. This is a competitive sport. It seems like he probably moved to the bottom of the depth chart, and he's going to go somewhere where he's most likely going to be on the field more. It is what it is. I mean, I felt differently before payers were getting played, but now that they are, it's a business, right? So he's going to go get an opportunity that's better for him. Carey was good, though. Based on what? I mean, so I guess why did he transfer then? Are you saying he's good, but we're just so deep at running back that he was not going to see the field, or are you saying we don't know how to properly evaluate talent and we're letting a guy go that is like incredibly talented or something? I'm not rooting against the guy. Like Powell saying Troy State would be good for him. Goes and pops off at Troy State or something. I'm all for that. Coach did not trust Anthony. How do you know that, though? I mean, how do you know what is inside, like, either Norval McKenzie's head or Buster Faulkner? Well, how should we have used them that we didn't? Like, what should we have done differently with Anthony Carey that you don't think we did? Because here's the thing. We were pretty beat up at running back last year, right? Like, we were down to, like, our third and fourth string running back down the middle stretch of the season. So it wasn't due to lack of opportunity. If they trusted him, he would have played. I mean, he did play some, though. What's going on, Ballard? Good to see you in here. I think it was more about the talent in the running back room. I mean, that's what I think, right? That's what I think. Because you're going to have, at that one spot, I'm sure Jamal Haynes. Number 2 is probably going to be Malachi Hosley, Chad Alexander. Hell, even Dalen Gordon played really well. And then you got like Trelane Maddox in that running back room. And then now you've got the incoming freshman, J.P. Powell. And I think his name's Shane Marshall, but I'm like 0 for on getting anyone's name right on this show. So don't hold me to it. Carey was good every time he was on the field. I swear he got like 5 yards per carry. I mean, look, let's just go look at what the guy's stats were last year. I mean, I feel like we can settle this right here. And again, like, I'm not dogging the guy at all, but he averaged 4.8 yards a carry, 1 touchdown. He had a long of 30 yards. He had 25 carries for 120 yards. 4 receptions for 16 yards, and he averaged 4 yards a pass. All right. Let's see. Chad Alexander, similar, 58 carries, 280 yards. In fact, let me just pull this over here. Get all this off here. So 4.8 yards a carry, 1 touchdown. Virtually the same. Trey Cooley didn't really play. Evan Dickens is a guy, I don't really know what the hell happened with him. It just one day we were kind of informed that he was no longer with the team. So, therefore, I don't really have an opinion. Dalen Gorlin didn't really have stats. Jamal Haynes, we already seen his stats. Damn, he averaged 5.6 yards a carry last year. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. Yeah. This is last year's roster, mind you. But yeah. Now, you asked what was going on with Geoff Collins. And in the advent of college football realignment, Geoff Collins is ahead of the curve. Geoff Collins is ahead of the curve. Not only has he started his own school and created his own team, but the SEC has accepted a bid to bring the Geoff Collins Pool Noodlers to the Southeastern Conference, baby. He has a stadium in Conyers, Georgia, his hometown. It holds a whopping 15,000 people. Now, if you guys, I went through this on a members-only stream. For some reason, it doesn't let you have logos on the jerseys. It doesn't like that. It said, which is probably appropriate, when I initially created this team, it said that I violated basically their terms of service. But all the same things I had on the jersey that will be way smaller in the game, it was totally okay with me having on the field. So, Geoff Collins is now the coach of his own team. He just signed a 4-year contract, or I think a 4 or 5 year contract. And the only expectation he has of himself is that he has to win at least 4 games a year. Now, that is a pretty tall order, seeing as how he never did that his entire time at Georgia Tech. 4 wins is a barrier he was never able to eclipse. So, you're really coming across as you say that every time. I'm never going to let it go. 9/11 and this, I'll never forget, right? I'm never going to forget. So, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. Never let it go. That's right. Jared, what is a jaded? A jaded. All right, give me a second. We'll get into this. Where's it at? Where it at? The league is unloaded due to inactivity. What are you talking about? Hold on one second. I don't want to dox myself. Actually, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can even do that. Hold on a second. Let me pull this screen over here. Let me pull this up over here. Do. All right, now we're ready. There it is, boys. There it is. The Fighting Pool Noodlers. All right. Now, one thing I can say about old Jeffrey is he was a decent recruiter. So, I guess we need to fill our board here. We need middle linebackers, evidently. All right, let's get us some middle linebackers. We need a quarterback. Left tackle. All right, I don't want to take too much time on this. We'll just fill. What I usually do in recruiting is I get about 20 to 25 guys, because that's about as much as you can put points into. All right, let's go scout some guys. A bust, so instead of being a 3-star, he's more like a 2-star. Now, we know Geoff doesn't evaluate talent well, so we'll just ignore the fact that he's a bust. Everyone we're scouting is a bust. This is perfect. Now, I've also made the toughness of every player on the roster 1. And I made the quarterback 7 foot tall, 400 pounds. And everyone else is 5'5", 160 pounds. Everyone on defense has a tackling rating of 1, just to make this as realistic as I possibly can. All right, so let's scout these boys up. Let's get some scouting done. Now, also what I didn't know, even in creating your own team, you cannot edit any of the names. None of them. And why that is it's terrified. Oh, this guy's like a 4-star quarterback. It's terrified that you're going to name your quarterback, Manning. It doesn't want that. I believe 12-0 Jackets win it all. They might. This is Geoff's own team. Oh, I'm out of points. All right, let's go look at our school. All right. D, championship contender. Bud Elliott's blue chip ratio, 0%. That's good. Program tradition, C. This is a brand new school, so I don't even know how we have a program tradition. Go to roster and click on each player, and you can edit them and change their names. I wasn't able to do that. Campus lifestyle, A+. Probably, as far as campus lifestyle, we're right up there with Texas and LSU and Miami and stuff. Probably because people just, we give them LSD and all sorts of illicit drugs and creatures of the night. Stadium atmosphere. Athletic facilities. D. Perfect. All right. Custom schedules. Let's look at this schedule. We're about to get run by this FCS team probably. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 top 15 teams. So this should go very well for us. Let's play us a game. What's going on, Mike Porter? It looks like my son is threatening to transfer, and he is an overall 32 player. We'll have to talk to him. Do they lift weights before the games? Not only do we lift weights before the games, we lift weights in between offensive series for the offensive players. Like, we don't just let people sit on the bench. We have them lifting weights to failure. So basically every player will bench max after the first series, squat max after the second series, etc. All right, let's do this. 62 overall. Let's take a look at our jerseys. That looks pretty good to me. You're a star, a captain of pool noodles. I don't know where my pool noodle went. I must have left it at the practice facility.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. You can sense it through the pageantry.
Let's go. Let's do this. All right, now we return every kick, and we make sure to never even get back to like the 15-yard line. All right, we didn't make it to the 20, so instead of getting it on the 25, we got it on the 18, I think.
All right, guys, here's our first look at this offense today. And here comes their
All right, let's do this.
He has been through
Lawn Tractor Life in the house. What's going on, buddy?
this season.
And there should be expectations. This
All right, now again, our quarterback is 7 foot tall, 400 pounds. It's hard to tell that. And everyone else is 5'5", 160.
For experience, right? This guy has played so many snaps. He's seen it
By some miracle, that worked. We got a first down.
He'll pick up the first down.
Well, probably because we're playing an FCS school.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
We're playing the Geoff Collin Pool Noodlers against FCS East, which I guess we'll just say is the Citadel.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
All right, let's go strong flood.
Balls, guys, and players have more rides and they capitalize
And
on lightness
we're
and
probably going to throw a
different
pick here.
conferences. Maybe the biggest thing
Nope.
and the thing that keeps coaches up at night, dealing with the transfer portal.
because they got to make sure that
My God, we might actually score.
oftentimes
We might actually score.
players and trying to keep the Wolves
By the way, this is on Heisman difficulty.
from other programs trying to steal your guys. It is not
All right, now they're only showing single safety high, guys. So I feel like we can get R1 here.
If I'm not getting the run I want, like
What do you think? Let's just throw it up.
go somewhere else, I can get paid.
That was a pretty bad throw, but that ended up working out. I don't know how the hell he caught that.
15-yard line. And how about taking a big chunk out of this
How the hell did he catch that?
opening drive?
and with the speed they have,
By the way, I don't know, why would the read not be the left end here? Or the right end from their perspective? Why is the read this linebacker or nickel?
arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
You can't tackle a 400-pound quarterback. By the way, he's Jared Lorenzen's cousin. We ended up recruiting him.
That QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed
All right,
in
now,
and got that separate.
what I usually coach the boys to do is go ahead and make your mind up who you're going to throw to. That way, that's less you have to think about. And if there's someone in front of them, just throw it there and just hope he drops it if it's a defender. So this is a perfect example. That ended up working out this time. That's why I'm a coach, and you're sitting here watching me.
In prime position for a score. They'd love to pick up this third
Let's go ahead and just decide to throw the slant
goal.
and just pray that they're blitzing.
Trying play action.
All right.
Looking for the score. It's caught.
The Pool Noodlers, baby.
What an exciting way to start.
We never run the ball. We never run the ball. Running the ball is for wussies. Chicks love the deep ball. Chicks love the long ball, don't they? All right, now we're going to go ahead and go for 2 here. We're going to fake this because we're probably not going to score again in this game.
They fake it. Pitch it to the tight end.
Damn, I thought that would work.
Stopped short of the goal line. The
How did that not work?
is no good as they are unable to extend the lead.
All right, never matter.
Away after scoring the touchdown.
If I get to the playoffs, I need to sacrifice Diet Coke for a week.
The Astronauts
I would rather live with Jim Jones for a year than sacrifice Diet Coke for 1 second.
for this game, and it goes beyond
All right, let's go cover 6 here. You like that? You got some cover 2 and then cover 3, and then you multiply that. That's cover 6.
Step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here.
I'm going to control,
They don't always show
I guess this will be the strong safety on this side. Oh, they're running the triple on us. They're running the triple on us, boys. I'm a genius at defending the triple option. That's why they fumble Rooskied us for 15 yards.
those are so frustrating.
They just fumble Rooskied us.
To the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him
They're running the old wing T at me.
the other team recover it.
All right, I got running back. Guys.
Still a good physical play. Keep it in that
All right. Oh, they're countering us. They countered us.
good effort on that one to
I thought it was going this way, and then they went that way. The hell.
Fullbacks that are versatile. You don't see many of them in college football anymore.
All right. I got this running back right here.
the back
I'm on you like, oh, here we go.
on the option. Really nice stop there from this senior league.
Marquez Carty is injured.
Really like this QB run
Shake it off, buddy.
because I know
That's why we lifted those weights in between
So he's not
the series.
break a lot of tackles. You really got to do do a
All right.
good job of trying to
Solomon, you're playing cover one.
get him out in more space.
Oh, shit. They got the first on us.
And the astronauts are stopped, but not before
That's all right.
getting the first
Now we
down.
go aggressive.
Well, I know this is an
Pinch,
offense
buck,
that has a ton of
0
size.
blitz
They wanna
on
come out
one.
each and every game and really
All right, I'm going to play man coverage. Now, when you're playing man, you want to just press them every time.
that run play to pick up the first.
Oh, shit. Or just let them run. All right, that was part of the plan. If you don't see the improvement in my play calling right now, you just don't want to see it. You don't want to see it.
Will snap it on 1st and 10.
We'll play cover one man again here.
Now on the option. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first.
All right, we're going to go ahead and put him back in. That way we can injure him. That's how we roll. We're going to go ahead and get all pass defensive sets here, seeing as how they run 90% of the time.
On the keeper.
Well, crap.
Whistle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
All right, defense. That's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys.
All right, we're going to be aggressive here.
On the ground. That's way too easy.
Oh, they countered us.
Run it on 1st and goal.
Oh, crap. That wasn't my fault. I talked to the players. They said that they suck. That wasn't my fault.
Well, you can
What my play calling?
drills for this defense next week already after all of those misses.
And I tell you what, it's so nice.
Let's
to have
block
a
this thing.
that can smell the end zone. He's not going to be denied. Squares his shoulders.
All right, we're down by one because we tried to win and go for two on a fake kick.
Through the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown.
All right,
drive.
we return every time. Well, I mean, here we should return.
He'll start the return inside his 5.
And we don't get back to the 20 again. All right.
Not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
We're going to run the read option here with our 7-foot, 400-pound quarterback.
18-yard line. He'll pull it on the read.
Oh, go, baby.
There. That run.
That boy can move for 400.
Savvy senior who knows how to find space. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first.
All right, here we go. Little run play. Make a cut. There you go. North and south running. North and south running.
Relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark
Let's run this double post. Appreciate the $5 from Zach Jones. I like how some jersey numbers are center, some are cross-eyed. I could just imagine Collins at Goodwill buying mismatched jerseys with messed up numbers. Yeah, I mean, look, we don't have a whole lot of money here at Geoff Collins University.
They'll run play action. Fires left. And he just
And he dropped it.
I think he wanted to run before he
And he dropped it.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed
All right,
to catch that.
let's just go. Everyone run a go. Everyone run a go. Chicks love the long ball.
My bad, dog.
All right, they're definitely in a pass set. Let's just throw somewhere. Okay. Now this is probably the closest we're going to be in scoring again.
Great job by the
So let's
defense.
go
They
ahead
got some pressure
and go
on
for it.
third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
4th and 5 on your own 40 is. I looked at the sheet. It said we're supposed to go for it in this situation.
on 4th down, trying to find his man. He's got a first down.
And that's why I make the big bucks, boys. That's why I make the big buyout bucks.
After a terrific pickup. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48.
All right. See if we can hit a post across here.
Now to throw.
I think we can.
Going over the top. He's got it inside the 15.
There we go.
He was smelling that end zone, but they
Do I know ball or do I know ball?
big pass play.
Let me go get a Diet Coke while we take a delay of game, all right?
We've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Oh, yeah, we don't have to take a delay of game.
First and goal for the offense.
All right. They're throwing a 3-man front at us. Perfect.
Try to get it in with the run. He's dropped
Big
behind
dang.
the line of scrimmage.
Big
That'll be
dang.
a loss of 3.
Let's go with the old halfback slam.
Six of So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
All right, 3rd and goal. What do we call here, Dave? What do we call Pat Noid?
Third down situation,
Pat Node.
and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe
Let's
trying
get
to
this slant.
back outside on the perimeter and give them
What a throw.
I like that too. Get the quarterback
What
ready.
a throw.
Here's the thing. If I get close and I get
All right, I think we can make this
Fourth down
one.
means go for it. That's all that means now today in college football.
We got the lead. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. We're up by 2, right? Or 3. What are we up by? I think we're up by 2. I can't count. That's a top 10 ESPN play right there. That's going to be an ESPN top 10 play.
But they'll take a dub away from Doak Campbell Stadium every time. The Noles have been racking up road wins since the Bobby Bowden days, and they get
There we go.
another one today. A lot to
If you notice, we got the $3 bills in the end zone. It's a nice little touch. Let's go with the old cover 2 invert here. That way we look like we're running cover 3, then we back up into cover 2. And then we let them run the triple on us.
Gotta be smart, patient, great vision.
They just Lasky'd us, boys. They Zeb Lasky'd us right in the A gap.
Pick up on the run, it's 2nd down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to
Yeah, you ain't going to Zeb Lasky, the triple option king, buddy.
a yard on that one.
Ain't going to happen.
Well, they're trying to hand it off to the fullback for a quick hitter, but just nowhere to go. The defensive line.
All right, we just need to keep them from running. Oh, they're going to pass. And we blew coverage.
He's got an open man.
No.
The expressway is wide open. Defense is there.
Our elite coverage failed us. Our elite coverage failed us.
With the six. As they get set to
The one time they throw, they hit us for 50-yard gain. What can you do? Missed tackle. Missed tackle. Does this look familiar to anybody?
First and goal.
Does this look familiar to anybody?
They know what's coming. Can you stop it? And you can't. Pound the football.
Gold standard, baby. You guys see it.
Six. Nice job by the big fella.
All right.
the extra point. They're on top by 5. Quick work on that.
Let's see if we can get it past the 20 this time.
And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. And he takes this from inside the 5. They make the stop. And
If you don't see our players trying, you don't want to see it. It's the end of the first quarter. We're down by 5. Brock Ladler is killing us. 100% completion percentage in the first quarter.
up and ready to go and get
Let's go with the old play action flood fullback slip banana YS2.
start the drive after the break. Use the
We ran the old full house there.
working that left side now. Now they've got even more.
That's right. We're going to get back in this thing.
And a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first
I'm surprised we have no penalties in this game.
Handoff from the gun. Now
Good block there by our right guard.
the 32.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push.
Maybe we can hit the comeback here. Nope.
Haven't been physical.
And we're going to take the ass beating of a lifetime from the Citadel here.
And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Astronaut.
Good thing is we don't have to tire the defense out by trotting them back on the field again. So you got to see the silver lining in this.
Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody
I'm glad that he intercepted that, or that ball would have probably broke his face mask off.
take it back to the house.
Here he comes from inside his own 5.
All right, we didn't get it back to the 15 that time.
That return.
All right, if you're throwing picks, you should run the ball, right? So let's run the ball.
15 at their own 14-yard line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Open space.
There you go. See, that happened.
He showed it all.
That's good. Let's go with the old slot option here.
He's got the first down.
They're manned up.
Quarterback stands alone. All
Oh, let's see what we can do.
to the air on first down.
Let's throw it out of bounds. That's good.
Side.
Oh, did he catch that?
Catch it. What a throw along
What's the flag?
sideline. Just sinks it in there. A little precision.
Unnecessary roughness. Yeah, we'll accept. We'll accept that.
And the coach will take the penalty. First and 10.
Oh, they're in the old 3-3-5 on us.
Power football with the run. And how about
All right.
efficiency on that one? It'll bring
All right. It's as if we never screwed up at all.
The passing game sells.
Back on
Passing
schedule.
game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get
All right, now this is the old Pascal's triangle defense.
successful.
I'm very familiar with Pascal's triangle defense.
out of the shotgun. They go to the ground. He is tackled.
Zach Jones with the $5 says, if you don't see how hard my pull noodle is for this team, you don't want to see it, bud. By the way, go to Game Sliders and turn penalties up for us. All right, I'll do that when we're done with this.
First and goal and a great opportunity.
Da-na-na, high level elite.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the floor as they
That's all toughness. Now,
It's going to be important.
when you're struggling throwing picks,
A little bit of push. Just got to give this
and you're on like you're about to score, you're gonna want to throw the ball. So let's see. Let's go with this old Geoff fork zig here. Let's go with the zig.
to the four. They'll try
They
to
want us to
catch
throw
it
to the
on
tight
second
end, so
and
that's
goal.
what we got to do.
He's looking to throw. He got it.
Touchdown, baby.
He's got it in.
Touchdown, baby.
End zone for the touchdown.
One. Let's go for one. Last time I went two, it didn't go well.
But he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point,
All right.
a little bit counts as they get
Down by 5 again.
a very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a
We're going to have to onside next time, I think.
and he'll bring it out of the end
Oh,
zone.
geez, he had a hole there.
He's
Boy, he had a hole there, didn't he?
Return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. On the option.
Missed tackle.
Really
First
good
down.
job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard
If I can win this on Heisman with my whole defense having a one tackling ability, I'm probably the best in the history of this game.
As a defensive guy now, you're always
I think we just got to blitz every time.
whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus.
There we
on
go.
defense, locked and loaded, understand
There we
what
go.
you're trying to accomplish.
Nickel blitz. Nickel blitz 3, boys. Spider Y banana.
Finish those
Even though that's offense.
aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
There we go.
had a chance. Incomplete.
3 and out.
That's why it's so important.
3 and out. After the first down, we got a 3 and out.
Bonds like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going. Everybody in the back end expecting throw.
Let's take the lead here, boys.
Completions and force fourth downs.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive
I like this. This looks like a mess Mountain Reed option.
and momentum and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all three phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback. To
Here we
get this
go.
offense
There we
down the
go.
field to get a score.
And our old friend, the old shock option. The old slot option.
Right way. Now I don't need to change anything. Go back to your go-to plays. That's now got you some momentum back in your favor.
He'll try to do it himself. He's run out of bounds, but not
I knew we recruited a 400-pound quarterback for a reason.
sticks for
I know we did.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. Smashes through.
2 yards ain't gonna cut it, boys.
From this sophomore. Picked up 2 yards on that last
Vertical
one.
tight end cross. Let's go.
He's looking to throw.
Good catch, dummy.
Is incomplete thanks to a
Nice catch, idiot.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical
Motion X Mountain is goated. Is that what you're saying?
On third and long,
Shit.
he's going to have to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth.
All right. Well, that didn't go too well. We're gonna have to punt.
Onto the field now. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep.
Take a kick for us.
That thing was
Hey,
down
Coach,
for
are
a
you playing
while,
tech
but
this
the
year?
bounce carried it into the end zone.
I can.
It'll be a touchback. Now this offense is back on the field.
Oh, I should have scheduled tech. You're right. I didn't do that.
Out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this
There we
game
go.
and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think
You are lucky you aren't playing Tardia University. Well, maybe we should make that happen.
put a good drive together here.
They'll leave it with him.
About we. Oh wow, boy, what we got the apps ever losing. We got ah.
42-yard line.
What a block!
10 for the offense.
Look like Jackson Hawes out there.
He'll ride his man on the option.
There we go.
Drop behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last
No.
Citadel dealing with second and 13.
The old crisscross blitz here.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage.
All right, they're definitely throwing here, and we're great in coverage.
This one a
Let's walk our safety up.
from the 43. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side.
That should have been a pick, baby. I was on that. I was all over that.
And the astronauts line up to punt it away.
You know better than to throw on old Collins.
Fair catch.
All right, 2-minute drill, boys. Let's go. And it likes these slot options.
They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I
Good
think
catch, idiot.
Needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
Appreciate the $2 from Coffee, by the way.
I just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive. It just feels like they've got to be able to put
Pass
some points
interference.
up on the board.
Pass interference, baby.
Can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going
Go ahead and pay that ref.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air.
Oh, he was as handsy as that Orgeron.
He'll come out throwing on first down.
There we go.
On target.
There we go.
Out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
When you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receivers got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space.
Nice catch. We finally caught one. Corner strike. Let's go. Touchdown. Actually, audible that. Long ball, baby. I ain't even looking. We're throwing to McWalla Walla.
That is how you make your
That's what we're doing.
really good.
A shot toward the end zone. And
All right, that didn't go too well.
knock it away and deny the score. Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. He's looking to throw. Shoots it to the left. He's got it.
Oh, we're going to take the lead, boys. We're about to take the lead.
And they are in business, first and goal. Guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room?
That's just pure toughness right there, boys. That's pure toughness.
Exactly what you want from your
Now,
offense, man. Late in the half,
we do need to get back
and then punch it in physically on the ground.
to even here.
Going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
Leading by one, they'll go ahead and go for two and try to make it a field goal game. Looking to throw. Feeling some heat.
All right, we threw it away like Reggie Ball.
Up with the stop, and you just wonder the
Didn't get the right look. Don't know what to tell you.
whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
We were listening to the card. It told us to throw it away. We wasn't going for two.
Fielded in the end zone. It's low. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he
All right.
if he'd just taken it in the
Just
end
don't
zone.
let them
First down
score.
for the
That's
offense.
the defense we're running.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive.
How fast is this guy? Jesus.
He's brought down, but not before he turned that
The guy was moving.
and picked up a few on the run. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get.
All right, you're supposed to read the guards here, right?
Using his feet to buy time.
Oh, God.
Picks up the first down.
They're marching right down the field on us, boys.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going up top on first down. Just
That'll work. That'll work.
That's
Let that clock roll.
good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Wants to fire on second down.
That should have been a sack, and we all know it.
That one is he got
He accelerated during his slide. That's pretty high level. It's pretty high level when you can accelerate while decelerating.
give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, he has to throw for it.
All day to throw, buddy. Missed tackle.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent.
They don't have to punt. They just let the clock run out. They're going to choose to punt anyway because they're as smart as I am.
He'll include it on his greatest hits. And nobody able
All right, boys. We're winning. That's all that matters. We're beating the Citadel.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime.
No, we don't call timeouts. We didn't call a timeout. They still punted. That's why I'm where I am and you're out there.
Thought that was a quick first half. You'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride.
First down for this offense.
One thing our defenses don't do here at Geoff Collins University is show any semblance of pride.
Not much working there. It'll be second and 9.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs. So it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going.
Oh, fumble.
Poorly, and it's a fumble. Oh, the fumble and the defense.
We're plus, no, we're even in turnovers now. We're even in turnovers now.
Those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact.
Let's go with some RPO action here.
The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing, big turnover. Forced.
There we go.
Reads it, fires complete. That is exactly
That's the difference.
what we're looking for with
That's the difference right there.
explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Trying to find his man on first down. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And he's wrapped.
I'm going to want to watch the replay on that one.
You got to be sharp in the red zone. You can't.
Maybe it'll show us here.
In the red zone.
What happened there, Dave?
You got to be on time. You can tell the QB wasn't on time. The defender made him pay. Nice interception, stealing points now off the board.
This was a hell of a play by this defender. I guess that's Heisman difficulty for you. I want you to look, I think this is the guy that picked it off, right? No. Obviously, this is not pass interference. Yeah. Not pass interference at all.
Drive will come from their own 17. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand.
Yeah, you ain't gonna run that on us, boy.
A yard on that one.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming. You don't let that speed.
All right, we just got to get the ball back. We just got to get the ball back.
They'll run the option. They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming.
Let's go quarters when they run 90% of the time.
Your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk.
All right, we got 2 injured players now.
You might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
A third down try for the offense. He'll take it himself. He'll have
All right, we just watched him run by.
him at the 45.
Pulled a mola there at linebacker.
They're moving quickly down the field. They'll run the option. He'll do it himself. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing it.
All right, let's blitz.
Committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Goes to the option. Ball down at the 38-yard
They Janet Jamesoned us. They sent one right up the A gap.
The Astronauts will have it 1st and 10. On the option. And a good solid pickup there.
Nothing we can do about that.
So after the 1st down run, here's 2nd down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Tackle is made after.
They're pulling the Paul Johnson death march on us.
They turn around and hand it off to the big fella, and he's able to get the 1st down. Nice play.
Now on the option.
Was that a cut block I saw right there?
Before the defense makes the stop.
Come on, man.
I like giving it to the fullback quickly against the 3 down front. You got those 3 linemen. They're playing 2 gaps at a time, which means they're not really firing off and penetrating. So you can give it to the fullback and try to get
Jeez.
it, and the linebacker comes and meets the big boy in the hole.
We got a tackle, boys.
Makes the stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Here comes the option. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Relentless.
Trying to
All right.
fend off on 2nd and goal.
We just got to hold them 2 more times.
Run it with the fullback. He works his way ever closer all the way down.
Exactly how I drew it up.
And after getting it right on the edge, they'll try to punch it in on 3rd down. On the option. Touchdown, Astronauts!
Did he just float?
That one will put 'em up. Here
They're going for 2 on us.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to.
And the offense continues to run.
Yeah, how'd that work for you, moron?
Rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes continue to feed this man the ball.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find
All right,
any crease in
what
that
are we going to
kickoff.
dial up here?
He'll be stopped.
We got to be able to run the football at some
He'll
point.
give this drive
Got to be able to run the football.
Leaves it with the running back. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 8.
How about the old Tantor special with the crossing tight end and slot?
He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete.
Oh, boy.
By the hit.
Oh, boy.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He
I had him on the post.
threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And here comes the punt team. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough.
Not a good punt. Not a good punt.
And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work.
It's like all of a sudden the Heisman difficulty slider got put on.
You want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. The option look. And he has a solid gain before the defense.
All right, we'll go with the old cover 6 here. We need a stop here, boys. We need a stop.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. He'll ride his man on the option.
Jeez.
They'll pick up
That was
another
not
for the
anything
first
like
down.
a stop,
Got it at
was
the
it?
30.
Nothing like a stop.
Fresh set of downs. They'll run the option.
All right, so we got to be responsible
Offense gets set for 2nd down.
for the fullback here.
looking run. He wants to throw.
We weren't supposed to blitz him, and he threw it right where we came from.
Throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
All right, we got the B back here.
Damage in the red zone. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand.
All right, we did not have the B back there. We did not have the B back at all. That's all right. That's all right.
No monkey business. First down.
So we're down by 11, or about to be.
Let's not make any bones about this.
We got to score.
Physical, run that thing, block those guys up front. Nice job by this offense taking care of business in the red zone.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
I don't think Geoff has ever beat the Citadel.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody
So this is pretty disappointing.
stop him at the 16. Offense getting set for first down. They'll crank up this
Crap.
drive with the pass. He wants to go deep. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down. After the misfire, it's second down.
Yeah, they had our little swing pass blown up there.
They'll give it to the back. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
All right, let's convert here. Let's convert.
Desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. He can't make the catch. Had it right
Man, we can't get a first down.
and it'll be fourth down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Looking for a block. It's Moore. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. They'll start this drive at the 48.
Okay. All right, that'll work. That'll work.
Loses 4 on the carry. The defensive
I mean, their B back is all kind of beat up. He's got minus 19 in one stat.
fully backward.
Get out of the way, ref.
Go. That's a quick hitting play. Till you get the ball to the fullback, you're trying to get him downhill to hit
They are
somebody.
killing us with the dive up the middle.
Knocked down for the tackle. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Now the play fake.
Oh, crap.
He's got his man. Across the 25, he's got room.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I had no idea what was happening right there. And neither did my defense.
After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. If you don't tip
Neither
the
did my
field, you
defense.
will stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. Tries again to get it in. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. 3rd and goal where you separate the wheat from the chaff.
I don't like this defense we're in.
They'll run the
That's
option,
why.
and he takes it in for the score.
We're about to get blown out by an FCS team.
Another rushing
But they're the
touchdown.
best FCS team in the country.
This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5.
There we go. Run.
He gets a block. He
All right, this is the best field position we've had this half, other than that turnover.
First down. Give to the back. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
They're strong.
Hmm.
They're strong. Defensive tackles, they're
Hmm.
strong. Such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance when you got that 300-plus-pound guy grabbing you.
That's
around
the first down I think we've gotten this out.
No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmaker.
All right, we're only down by 19. We're fine. We can make this happen.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's looking to throw it. They're bringing heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down.
All right,
They
all right.
Never had a chance.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because
Sends it downfield. And they can't hook up for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
I purposely picked an awful playbook too, and I am feeling it.
Tough for this offense to get some completions here because now trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're
Just
There we go. All right.
superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love
Oh,
those guys that are willing to put
I was on recent. That I was like, why is the same play being suggested over and over again?
You could see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Off play action.
Jeez.
And the quarterback will take a
What a
sack
block.
at the 36.
What a block.
the defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Pass interference. Our best play is pass interference, baby, on offense.
Let's see what the official says. You want your defenders to be physical in pass coverage, but they can't be overly aggressive. They can't grab and hold. That's an obvious PI call. The offense will
Obviously.
gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game.
Yeah, these FCS teams are tough. We found that out at Tech when he was here. Yeah, the SEC better watch out.
For a certain hole, good job getting through the hole,
There, we got the SEC on watch right now.
making your situation really good on the next down.
Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running.
There we go. There we go.
Get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs.
Cut.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the
Our blocking is a little suspect at the moment, boys.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given
It's a
it to
little
him.
bit
Put it
suspect
in the end
today.
zone twice already.
Our running back's about to upchuck his entire lunch, but he still scores.
zone for a touchdown.
All right.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets
We can do this.
Update. Let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
We need a turnover, probably.
Game that went final moments ago. SMU made it look easy today, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about it.
Now they're just gonna try and run the clock out, right? Why does our safety need to be 40 yards deep?
Brewing with these Mustangs.
There we go.
Circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin.
Right there.
One step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Ball's at the
Now they might
36,
actually
offense
throw
facing
here.
a 3rd and long. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield.
All right, boys. Comeback's commencing. Comeback is commencing.
3rd on 3rd down. And the astronauts will call on their punt team. Let's see what he can do with
All right, we almost turned it over there, so that was good.
Out to start the next drive. They'll start this drive from the 42. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They'll throw it on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout.
He caught that? Wow.
Step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Unloads it left. And that's going to fall.
We're
to the
okay.
ground.
We're okay.
That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5.
Hold up. What is going on over here? It looks like they don't have enough.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Wide open down.
What an awful throw to a wide open guy.
Catch up to
Awful.
before a big chunk
Green
of
dot
yardage.
play. You're right.
Now down to the 12-yard line. It's 1st down. Forced out of the pocket.
All right, we're running out of time, boys. We're running out of time.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets
Running out of time.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Probably got to onside it, right? If we score here.
On the goal line. A 1st down run in the red zone. He's
And it doesn't look like we're going to score here.
That changes the sequence, doesn't it? Like, you think 1st and goal, maybe I can pound this several times, and now you get the loss. Now you got to rethink things a little bit. Do I want to throw the football now?
That'll work.
The hands.
That'll work.
The feet. He steps his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that's a 59-yard
Well, I don't think we do have to. No. We got all our timeouts. We don't have to onside it here.
kickoff team lining up to send this one away. Returner's going to try to see what he can get.
Good tackle.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found.
Why are you cheering this blasphemy on? Because it's fun.
Drive from the 18-yard line. The handoff, keep working on that clock.
Man, they still got 6 yards out of that.
Run out through the 24. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust.
Oh, what a play call.
Crosses to 35. Smashes through the tackle.
What a play call.
Much running room have they been able to
They'll run this out to the 2-minute warning, and we need to get a stop.
unbelievable rushing stats.
Now, even if they get a field goal, we can still oh, they run another play when they don't have to. So, cool. Maybe I'll just keep selecting plays.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7.
All right, here we go.
Stop him after a
I'm going to take a timeout here.
quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for
Because we're going to get the stop here, boys.
goes to the option.
Fumble!
The ball's free.
Let's go!
Looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense
All right,
gets
let's
the
do what we do, boys.
On 1st down, here comes this offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Quarterback extends the play. Trying to escape and get it himself. Nothing but green ahead.
That'll work.
Finally make the stop, and
That'll work.
why he is dangerous on the run.
Told you we were going to make a comeback.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Finds us back in the middle.
And you're seeing why this guy is on the field during 2-minute situations. He can catch the football and make things happen. Nobody open downfield. You just dump it down to him and let the guy go to work, pick up a huge play, and help this offense get in position to win the game.
How he didn't fumble that, I'll never know.
Pick up just a few on that one.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right
It's going to come down to this, boys.
Linebackers have such an amazing.
It's going to come down to this right here.
Gotta play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
To have any chance to pull this game out, they have to convert on 4th down here late in the 4th. Deep shot for the end zone.
And it's not going to happen. They can knee the clock out now.
And that is a heartbreaker
And that's fitting. That's fitting.
Off the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation.
We didn't do nothing.
A little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the Oak. The offense set for a 1st down play. Down to
And that'll be it. So Collins will start off his coaching career and school ownership career 0-1 to the Citadel, 0-2 all time against the Citadel. And that was fitting. We made a comeback. We gave the people some hope just to quickly rip it away with really dumb play calling. So I think that's going to do it. I hope you guys have a great night. Hope you enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you next time.